1692. Good morning. Whoa, that's way loud. Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred on this date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources and music and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am Eozander.
I am Loki Lycan.
And you viewer are you. Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, May 15th, 2023. I was going to guess May, so looks like I'm getting a little bit back on track here halfway through the month, and I'm on it. Cool. Anyway, let's jump into the history today, shall we? Mr. Loki, would you like to start us off in 756?
Oh, something's in my way. One sec.
Right.
756, Abd al-Rahman the First becomes Emir of Cordova, Spain. Interesting.
Oh, finally, something not related to a pope. I swear, like every day for over a week, like we've always started out with something involving a pope, like either them starting or
the very next thing was a pope.
Oh my God.
The very next thing was a pope.
Well, we're gonna, if you want to take that, that's fine, but we just got joined by
Golden Loon.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take that if you want, or we can just do 3 by 3 because I failed to...
I think we'll drop down to 1213 instead.
Alright.
King John of England names Stephen Langton as Archbishop of Canterbury.
Huh. And is it just me, or does his beard look like it's growing legs so it can run away from his face? You know, like his hair looks like the arms. You know, it's like his hair is turning into a crewmate from Among Us. So.
Yeah, it actually does. It's getting those chubby little legs.
Yeah.
Well, moving down to 1222, Mongolian leader Genghis Khan meets the leader of the Taoist Dragon Gate sect, Chang Chun, at his camp in Parwan, Afghanistan.
All right.
Ooh.
Good old Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's something interesting. This is a weird name for a rebellion. 1492, the Cheese and Bread Rebellion. German mercenaries killed 232 residents of Akmar, Netherlands.
Good grief.
Hey, we like cheese and bread. We can understand why, So.
But why was it called the Cheese and Bread Rebellion? Was it over cheese and bread?
I would assume so, but let's
Probably starving or something.
Let's take a look at this. The Bread and Cheese Revolt, or Bread and Cheese War, wow, it was a war, in Kennemerland, North Holland, was a folk uprising in 1491 through 92 when peasants and fishermen were provoked by an economic crisis, the tax oppression and garrison policy of John III of Egmont, the stadtholder appointed back in 1483 by Maximilian I. So it was an economic uprising. So... I mean, cheese and bread. There you go. Like you can't buy food without money. So
exactly.
Yeah, but man, dude, like cheese and bread rebellion, the revolt, and then the war. Like, what? Yeah. That escalated.
Good Lord. Escalated quite quickly.
And then we got 1525, the Battle of Frankenhausen. German peasant army was surrounded. 5,000 were slaughtered, and this ended the peasants' uprising. Well, yeah, they probably all got killed.
Good.
But wow, jeez, it's a dark day in history, it seems like. And then,
holy hell!
Oh wow, that picture does not look good. 1536, Anne Boleyn and her brother George Lord Rochford were accused of adultery and incest. And it says here Anne Boleyn was beheaded after a 4-day show trial. So, wow. Like I'm not sure if you can see this that well, Loon, but he's gonna he's gonna whack her.
Yeah.
So.
Off with her head.
Yikes! How come I got all the horrible ones?
I had it easy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, 1602 looks interesting, if you want to take that one.
1602, Cape Cod discovered by English navigator Bartholomew Gosnold. Gosnold?
Gosnold? I don't know.
Gosnold?
Gonzo?
I'm gonna go with Gosnold.
Cape Cod.
Sorry
cool.
if I butchered it, if anybody knows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I welcome. If
1610.
anybody knows a better way to pronounce these names, please, tell us in the comment section. So.
Indeed, I am trying my best.
Oh,
that
look
is
at
all
that.
I can do.
Look at that. They're actually putting numbers for the numerals. Look, that's cool.
Oh, good lord! I don't. 1610, Parliament of Paris appoints Louis.
Wait,
I don't even know
8th.
what
That's
Roman numeral that is.
That's the 13th.
Is that 8?
No, it's 13. They got it wrong.
13.
Yeah, they did.
Wow. Because X is 10.
Yeah, holy hell.
Wow, okay. They're trying to help us and they still screw up.
God damn it. Okay, Louis the 13th as French king.
All right. Ooh.
Is this you or me?
You.
Yeah, I think it's me. Okay. 1618, German astronomer Johannes Kepler discovers the third of his 3 planetary laws, the Harmonic law.
Before I look up Harmonic law, have you heard of the Kepler telescope?
I have.
This is the guy it's named
very
after.
little. That's cool.
Yeah. So what is this harmonic law? Definitions of harmonic law: a law stating that the ratio of the square of the revolutionary period in years to the cube of the orbital axis in astronomical units is the same for all planets. Synonyms: Kepler's third law. So, all right. I wish I understood that, but it sounds cool. I'm going to add this link into the underbar of the description. So, and then moving on up, what else do we got here? I don't want to take another dark one, so I'm going to skip 1625 there. But I'm going to move on up to 1665. Pope Alexander VII appointed a committee to investigate Jansenism? What?
I don't know.
Jansenism. Let's see here.
Maybe you pronounce Yan.
It is an early modern theological movement within Catholicism, primarily active in the Kingdom of France, that arose in an attempt to reconcile the theological concepts of free will and divine grace. Jansenins claim to profess the true doctrine of grace as put forth by Augustine of Hippo. Hippo, what the hell? Sounds pretty fat to me. Speaking of which, you know the difference...
pronounced... Sorry.
I was just going to say, you know the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
What?
I have no idea.
One's a big animal, the other's a little lighter.
No. Boo.
But yeah, so Pope was trying to squelch a religious movement within his own sect. Then 1672, the first copyright law enacted by Massachusetts. So I wonder if that's the first copyright law for Massachusetts, the first copyright law for the U.S. Or actually, no, that's way before the U.S. The first one in the world, like.
Well, Massachusetts got to be for the colony.
Yeah.
It'd be only for that colony, though.
Yeah.
Because they had no jurisdictions over the other colonies. They're all
First
separate.
copyright law. Let me check. May 31st, 1790. The first copyright law is enacted under the new United States Constitution. The new law is okay. Well, this is 1790, so first
That's
copyright
under
law
the US.
ever. Come on, give me. This is talking about this, but this is well before that.
It's just looking at the United States.
Law in the world. Okay, it's the same fucking thing. But no, dude, like, I
Put
literally
it in Massachusetts then.
But what is this? Why is Google failing me?
Put in Massachusetts instead of the world.
What was the first copyright? This is still the British Statute of Anne, 1710, but that's 30 years after.
Put first copyright in Massachusetts.
First copyright in Massachusetts. March 17th, 1783.
Still not it.
1672. Google, what is something's going on. There's a wobble in history and I don't like it. Let's move on up here. 1711, Alexander Pope's An Essay on Criticism was published anonymously. Huh. That's really fitting. An essay on criticism.
Anonymously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. 18, Mr. Loki. This is interesting.
1718, James Puckle. Yeah, Puckle. A London lawyer patents world's first machine gun. Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the Puckle gun. Really interesting. Let me bring this up here. Images. This is a predecessor to the Gatling gun. So, like, you only had, like...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the Puckle gun. And, ForgottenWeapons.com. This, YouTube, this is a really good video, actually, right here. As you can see, I've seen it from Forgotten Weapons. But it's really interesting. It had both round and square rounds. In case you wanted to, make the enemy, even in more pain, you can shoot square bullets at them. Oh, how nice.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm adding that video in there. But yeah, let's see here. Puckle gun ammo, bullets. Yeah, here we go. Not just square, but you can shoot heart-shaped rounds if you want. Kill them with love. But yeah, dude, look at all the different designs. Square. Like this looks more like what you would see in a ratchet set rather than a firearm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway. Continue on, good sir. 1791.
Okay. Yeah, 1791. Maximilian Robespierre proposes the stealth-denying ordinance, making it so that no deputy who sat in the Constituent Assembly. Sorry?
Constituted. Yeah.
Assembly could sit in the succeeding assembly.
Huh. If I remember my history right, I think this guy was executed. Guillotine. Robespierre. I think he was the one who invented the guillotine? Because I remember his... here we go. He was an important part of the bloodletting associated with the Committee's reign of terror. Though his personal responsibility for the executions of the terror remained a subject of debate, Robespierre was known as the Incorruptible for his eloquent defense of his left-wing beliefs. Oh, a lefty. Oh, what a surprise. During the Thermidorian reaction, Robespierre himself was arrested and executed by guillotine. That's 36. Those French, they like to lose their heads. So.
Indeed. Okay. Moving down to 1796. First coalition. Napoleon enters Milan in triumph with French troops. Good Lord.
Ah.
Not France, French.
Yeah. Good old Napoleon.
Napoleon strikes again.
Yep. We got an assassination attempt here in 1800. King George III survived a second assassination attempt.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Good Lord.
People are always just out there killing each other, like, that in that movie we saw on Friday, Kingdom of Heaven. They're just running around killing each other out there. All right, fire. Exterminatus. Then 1800 as well.
People into V's.
Yeah, 1800 as well. Pope Pius VII called on French bishops to return to gospel principles. All right.
Oh.
And then we got in 1817, the first private mental health hospitals opened in the U.S., Asylum for the Relief of Persons Deprived of the Use of Their Reason, which is now Friends Hospital, so it's still around, since 1817. Holy crap, over 200 years old. Wow. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right. And then, you get to talk about Mormonism.
Oh, joy. 1829. Joseph Smith, ordained by John the Baptist, according to Joseph Smith.
Huh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, according to him, he was
according to himself, he was.
It's really funny because according to the brain is the most important organ.
It's kind of weird.
God! What
how
the hell?
Coincidental! What a blessing from God.
All right. down to 1841. First immigrant wagon train to make it to California leaves Independence, Missouri on a 1,730-mile journey over the Sierra Nevada.
Wow.
Oof.
You know, just think about the lengths people went to get to California, land of milk and honey.
Yeah.
And then now look at the lengths people are going to get out of California, land of drug needles and poop on the streets. Like, how times have changed. Wild. Let's see here.
All right.
1862 is interesting. The first one, or the one above the highlighted one.
Okay, 1862. First baseball enclosure opens at Union Grounds, Brooklyn.
Baseball enclosure.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Indoor
Maybe
stadium.
it's like a closed stadium? Like
That's
instead
what
of
I
an
would
open
think.
field?
Oh, a batting cage.
Oh, okay.
Batting cage.
Go back how that read then.
First baseball enclosure open at Union Grounds, Brooklyn. You know what? Let me just look up this entire article here. Let's see here. Union Grounds was a baseball park located in the Williamsburg section of Brooklyn, New York. The grounds opened in 1862. Its inaugural match began being played on May 15th. It was the first baseball park enclosed entirely by a fence, thereby allowing proprietor William Camier or his tenant to charge admission. Okay, so it was just a fence.
So they sealed it off.
Okay.
See,
Wow.
That
we
makes
take
sense,
that for
then.
granted
Yeah.
and think of enclosures indoors.
Well, I mean,
No.
that's not good. Like,
That's
you know,
not.
like boundaries have been normalized to us, and it shouldn't be. We're all on this earth together. Why are we drawing lines saying you're over there and I'm over here? What's with the separation?
So
you
you
know?
can charge to come in.
Yeah. And go ahead and take general order number 28 if you want.
All right. 1862. Major General... Oh, my video's haywire. Major General Benjamin Butler issues order New Orleans that Confederate women abusing Union soldiers be treated as whores. Oh dear.
Oh, well, that's really nice, actually. I mean, like, not nice for the women, but no. Think about it.
It's good for the soldiers.
Yeah.
No. Think about it. Actually, he was a Union general. Oh, wait, no, never mind. So, I thought he was from the South. Okay. So never mind. I recant my statement. I redact my statements. So yeah, I thought he was from the South because I thought this was their own women abusing Union prisoners of war. It's like, hey, don't mistreat the POWs.
Well, Confederate woman abusing Union soldiers, but who decides what abuse is? That's kind of weird. How do the women abuse the soldiers?
Yeah, that's true. All right, well that's an eyebrow raiser. While that was happening, 1862 as well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture was created.
Oh,
All right,
Nice.
USDA.
yeah.
USDA. And 1 year later, 1863, Salon des Refuses opened in Paris. Exposition of works rejected by official Salon. Features Paul Cézanne, Camille Pissarro, Henry Franton Latour, James Whistler, and Edouard Manet. All right. Why does this guy look like... I don't know. He looks like he wants to punch somebody. He's just like, he's angry. We also have 1869, National Women's Suffrage Association formed in New York, founded by Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Susan B. Anthony. Awesome. Yeah. This other one, she looks like some kind of, forest wizard. Like...
Forest wizard.
Doesn't she look like the fairy queen or something? Like with that hair and all that stuff? She looks like a D&D character.
She definitely looks like a D&D druid.
A druid, thank you.
Damn hippies.
A druid. Definitely looks like a druid. And then you want to talk to us about the May laws?
1882, May laws. Russian Tsar Alexander III bans Jews from living in rural Romania. Oh my god.
Man. Well,
You horrible piece of shit.
No
Well,
kidding.
I mean, like, the Jews have been expelled out of, like, over 200 countries since the dawn of recorded history. And as you and I love to say, not every ass kicking falls out of the sky. You know, like, there's a, you know, it takes two to tango, but one to start. And, you know, 200 some odd countries can't all be wrong, you know? Just saying.
Well,
It's not like people wake up one day, oh, let's hate on the Jews. No, like, people have reasons.
So there's the question, like, what did the Jews do?
yeah.
I don't know.
That's the whole point.
I don't know, but, like, you know, like, it makes no sense
They must
for
have done something very heinous.
Well, I don't want to say what I've learned, you know, or, you know.
Well, it could be as simple like in today's world here in the U.S. The black community ended up rioting in Watts and burning down Asian-owned stores and things, and thinking, oh, you know, now we'll bring black people in and have black people owning the store and everything. So hate is just a weird thing.
It is. It is a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you only have so much to live, and you're going to spend some of your life, like, devoted to, like, thinking bad thoughts about other people. Like, everybody is more or less the same. We all have our shit, you know, to deal with. Why can't we figure out ways to help each other? Why do we have to always, like, you know, because I have a theory. Like, you know, as we all know, water always goes the easiest route, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what are we mostly made out of? Water. So, like, and this is legitimate. Like, I'm wondering, would there be a psychological effect because of our being primarily water? Would we be psychologically acting the same way it acts, you know, physical in nature? We go the easiest way. It's easier to destruct than construct. It's easier to hate than to love. It's easier to separate than to combine. You know, would we be going that route? That's something to think. You know, it's something I honestly, like, you know, I'm thinking about. Like, would there be a psychological, physiological, you know, connection? You know, that's. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember whose turn it was. I think it's mine, right?
I
Do you
don't
want?
know.
Well, go for it. Go ahead. I read enough already.
All right. Well. Oh, anyway, 1886 British sailor David Beatty is promoted to midshipman?
Yeah, I don't know why, but this source focuses specifically on David Beatty here. Like, it tells us, like, because I've noticed throughout the past year and change I've been doing this almost every day, we talk about this guy's entire career.
Wow.
You know, like, sporadic throughout the time.
Weird.
Like, promoted to this, he was bored. He joined the Navy. He was promoted to this, promoted to that.
Weird.
He did this. He did that.
I have no idea.
Why are we focused so hard on David Beatty? Like, you know, yeah, he was a good admiral, but, like, you know, Nimitz would be a lot better of a target if you really want to focus on something. You know, I don't know. That's just me. Maybe everybody loves him because of the weird way he wears his hat. So, anyway, music premiere. Do you want to take this?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
1891, Julius Massenet's opera, oh Lord, Griselidis premieres in Paris.
All right. And now I know for certain you've done 3. So, gonna move on up to 1891. Pope Leo the 13th published encyclical Reverum Novarum. All right. And by the way, to get you up to speed, Mr. Loki, an encyclical is essentially a Vatican memo. You know, like, if you ever, like, you know what a memo is, you know, in an office environment, it's essentially that. The Rerum Novarum, or Rights and Duties of Capital and Labor, is an encyclical, blah, blah, blah. It is an open letter passed to all Catholic patriarchs, primates, what the hell? Archbishop and bishops that address the condition of the working class. Okay, well, why are they going to primates? Like I'm imagining, like a bishop, like
they must have a real different view of what that word means.
Yeah, you know what? I want to look that up. What is why? Okay, let me move. Thank you. What
is a religion?
Is a primate in Catholicism? In the modern Roman Catholic Church, primates are those metropolitan archbishops whose sees, by reason of antiquity or prominence, are the primary sees of a religion or nation. What's a see? Okay, we need to get a Catholic in here to help us.
Sadly, we have one, but I don't know what any of this is.
Well, then you have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Holy See.
I was raised Roman Catholic, so...
Holy See, the government of the Roman Catholic Church, which is led by the Pope as the Bishop of Rome. The word see comes from the Latin sedis, meaning seat, which refers to the episcopal chair occupied by a bishop in the area over which he has responsibility. Okay, so knowing that that's a seat, the primates are those one whose seats, by reason of antiquity or prominence, are the primary seats of a region or nation. Okay, so they're
that makes a bit more sense.
Okay. Like Catholicism 101, brought to you by the OMNI Coalition. All right. We're going to move on up to 1897 here. The Scientific Humanitarian Committee was founded in Berlin by Magnus Hirschfeld, the first ever LGBT rights organization. What? Okay, this sounds like propaganda to me. This sounds literally like they're going in and rewriting history. This can't be right. Like, nobody cared about that crap back then. What the hell?
Yeah.
No,
This sounds weird.
It's like they tagged that on the end.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
I understand the humanitarian bit, but not first LGBT thing.
That's just weird. Like, I may sound ignorant, but I'm not coming from a position to hate. I have no problem towards the Alpha Mafia. They have a problem towards me. But, this source being obviously leftist, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt that we've been using this for well over a year, this is, it just seems like a rewriting history to me. I don't know. That's just weird.
Which they've been trying to do.
Yeah, tearing down all those statues and putting up of certain people that should not be revered. They should be despised. But anyway, 1905, Las Vegas was founded in Nevada. Hey.
How about
cool.
that?
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't founded in Utah. They may have had a clash.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird the way they say that. Founded in Nevada. Of course it was.
Well, yeah, Las Vegas, Nevada,
Yeah.
So.
1905.
Now, I'm going to go back 3 years here. I just saw this. 1902, Lyman Gilmore was the first person to fly a powered craft. Before the Wright brothers. This is why I keep saying the Wright brothers, Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison especially, these people, they did not invent shit. They just got the press. It doesn't matter if you're the first or the third. As long as you get the press and the people see your name first, then you're the first.
Okay, when did the Wright brothers go up?
1907.
5 years later?
Yeah. I believe. Let me check. December 17th, 1903. But this is 2, so this is still 2 years.
Oh, only a year later.
Yeah. But, as I said, they got the press, and they got the publicity, and they got the fame. And, because there's dispute, about Alexander Graham Bell, as I said. There were other people, working on, telecommunications like he was and such. And it is believed that a Frenchman invented it just days before he did. But, once again, he got the press, So, it's not what you do, it's who you know that matters. And
it's
how
hilarious.
fast.
I was just talking about Alexander Graham Bell with my daughter just the other day.
Oh, wow. I used to look up to him as a hero because we share the same first name, so. I mean, we Alex's guys stick together. Like in this rough and tumble world, we got to find similarities somewhere. And then Alex Jones has to go off and be crazy, so.
Well, you always got a black sheep in the group.
Yeah. I am the whitest black sheep ever.
Yeah, the old saying, every family has one crazy one, and if you don't think your family does, then it's you.
Yeah. Well, see, that it's evolved to everybody has at least one crazy person to every family has at least one normal person.
Yeah.
And neither applies to us. Now. We're all batshit insane. So. Back to you, Mr. Loki, 1905.
Excuse me. 1905, Pierre Ganan? Oh my god. Debraza reaches Leopoldville in the Congo.
If I wasn't so proud of you, I'd be laughing.
I struggled, but I made it.
It's admirable, man. Like, it's funny, but it's awesome. Like, I love it.
Yeah, you got through it.
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
Baseball history.
1912. Ty Cobb rushes a heckler at a New York Highlanders game and is suspended.
Oh my god!
just went up in the stands.
Over here, bitch.
Dude, like, I'm not sure if you've seen this, Loki, and if you haven't, I gotta show this up.
Oh, God.
But like, once again, bringing up Bill Burr, he does a bit about like that one fight at that game. You know, like, when the guy threw the cup at the guy, and all the players rushed the stands. Yeah. He's saying like how fans, they get drunk and they start talking shit. Come on up here! Come on up here! Well, they went up there. You have
Don't heckle a sports player. They may do it.
Yeah, like, and he goes on about you have these overweight, out of shape sports fans who thinking that that they're worth half a shit, and then you got these 6'5" perfect athletes just taking out entire rows with one swing. Oh my god, it's such a great bit. So, well, they went up there. Oh shit!
He went up there. Probably taught him a thing or two.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he got suspended for a year.
Yeah, well, probably was worth it.
Yeah. Enough's enough. I understand that.
Well, I see a couple interesting ones, but 1917 and 1918, actually, Mr. Loki, if you want to take those two.
Okay, we're going to go with 1917 here. The first officers' training camp is opened in the U.S. as the country prepares for war.
Yep, our involvement in the First World War.
Yeah.
And 1 year later, first regular U.S. airmail postal service between New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C.
The Great Northeastern Triangle right there. Yep.
Intriguing.
We got some more baseball history here in 1918. Washington Senator Walter Johnson pitched 1-0, 18-inning game. Whoa. Talk about a slog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, that is, oh, God. I mean, that's cool, but sucks at the same time. And what else do we got here? 1928, Mickey Mouse made his first ever appearance in silent film Plain Crazy.
Oh.
Huh.
Nice.
And I can't wait until Mickey Mouse enters into public domain and what monstrosities people are waiting to contribute to that IP. Disney, you have pissed off so many people. Then we got another Catholic encyclical, 1931. Pope Pius XI published encyclical Quadragesimo Anno. Let's take a look at that real quick. So, let's see here. It is an encyclical, blah, 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 further developing Catholic social teaching. Unlike Leo XIII, who addressed the condition of workers, Pius XI discussed the ethical implications of the social and economic order. Okay? I'm just going to add that in the underbar. If anybody wishes to further indulge on their individual education of this particular subject matter, please refer to the underbar of the description below. 1933, first voice amplification system to be used in the U.S. Senate.
Oh, that's what they need.
Yeah. I want you to hear me louder. My voice.
We don't hear you fuckers loud enough.
But no, like, that reminds me yet again of something else. Like, The Patriot, if you've ever seen it. I know you have.
Yeah.
But there's this one scene where they're in, like, the Senate or whatever, and, like, we've been to the Capitol.
Yeah.
And, like, those large domes and everything.
Yeah, of course.
They were built like that because of the acoustics.
Yeah.
because you have so many people. You know, if you want somebody 50 feet away from you to hear you, you either have to scream at the top of your lungs or have your environment be able to carry your voice beyond what you can normally do.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Now, the downside to that is, as it's shown, I never paid attention to myself. This is something somebody told me, and I haven't really looked into this. But, you know, that same scene, you know, you have people whispering to each other, you know, and, like, doing their little plots. Mm-hmm. But because of the dome, on the other side, they can hear you whispering.
I've heard that before, too.
It carries your voice. So, but let's see. We got some aviation history. 1936, Amy Johnson arrived in Croydon, England, having flown from South Africa in a record 4 days, 16 hours. Oh, wow. So all the way from, you know, South Africa, you know, Southern Africa, across that entire continent, over Europe, and somewhere in the British Isles. 5 days. Well, 4 days, 16 hours, which is now, like, you know, nothing, but that's a pretty good feat, 1936.
Not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I saw something here really quick. I want to go back a couple of years, 1934. U.S. Department of Justice offered $25,000 reward for Dillinger, dead or alive. Now, you know, it's just like, what we all know about Dillinger.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you know, what sparked my interest is what's the purchasing equivalent of that? So 1934, $25,000.
Well, it's kind of mind-boggling. The DOJ's involved in that. Are you kidding me?
It would be $563,126.87, dead or alive.
Wow.
Over $500,000.
What's the DOJ doing in that? Oh, man.
Well, he killed a federal officer, Dillinger.
That's true. Okay, that's where it's coming from. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, back to you, Mr. Loki. You got some more baseball history here.
Here we go. 1938. Buck O'Neill makes his debut playing for the...
You don't have to say that word. Just say...
The league, the N-League baseball team, Kansas City Monarchs, at Rupert Stadium, Kansas City.
Believe me, I understand. I understand your discomfort with that word, and I'm uncomfortable too. But that is part of history, and this is why I'm doing why we're doing what we're doing. You know, like... I
just don't want to ruffle feathers. I don't need that.
Yeah, well, feathers shouldn't even be ruffled. That's part of history. That's what... Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It should.
Like, we're not being racist saying it. We're saying the name of an actual organization that existed in history. Why does that somewhat... Oh, because of my skin color? Now who's being racist? You know? So...
Yeah, exactly. And YouTube's just being douche canoes doing this.
Well, they're owned by Google, and, you know, Google is owned by people who...
Google is...
Yeah.
Owned by douche canoes too.
One of these days, hopefully, you know, things will be set right, and people like you and I will be able to you know, report history without fear of staring down the barrel of a gun, and that's really not metaphorical anymore either these days. So, scary times.
Sadly, no.
1940. Why is this not highlighted? I hate this company, but this is still historical significance. Go for it, Richard.
1940. Richard and Maurice McDonald opened the first McDonald's restaurant in San Bernardino, California.
Yeah,
Bernardino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Wow.
And Kroc came out because he sold mixers, and they were using mixers for making shakes.
Yeah.
And he said no one can use, you know, like 12 mixers or something. So he came out to see what they were doing. And he ended up buying into it with them.
Yeah, I've seen that scene from the movie. What was the movie?
I don't know.
I
don't think I ever saw it.
I gotta show it to you afterward, actually. But no, like you're right. Like he got an order for 8 mixers.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, no. I'm repeating. Let me finish. He got an order for 8 mixers, so he called. He's like, hey, you know, like this has got to be a mistake. Like, oh yeah, it's a mistake. He's like, oh yeah, I thought so. Make it 12. What? Like, McDonald's movie. What was it called? The Founder. Oh. Okay, and this is the exact scene. So remind me after the show. I have to show this to you. But it's pretty wild. Let's see here. Moving on up. Baseball record again. Wow, you're stuck in the ball, aren't you, dude?
Yeah. 1941, Joe DiMaggio. I know that name.
Yeah.
Starts 56 games hitting streak. Yankees lose 13-1.
Oh. Ow. That hurts.
Yeah.
Ow. Man. But 56 game hitting streak, that's really good.
Yeah. I think Pete Rose finally broke that, if I'm not mistaken. It lasted a long time.
Oh.
Yeah. Then 1 year later, 1942, that's interesting. The one between the two Nazis.
1942.
So when it's even
okay.
here, we're still getting Nazi stuff.
Gasoline first ration in U.S. 17 eastern states.
Yep.
Oof.
World War II right there. And
Oh dear.
the Comintern. Oh, dissolved. Oh, this is not good. Do you want to take this one?
I believe that's your.
Oh.
I believe that's your turn.
All right. 1943, Joseph Stalin dissolved the Comintern, or Third International, to avoid upsetting his Western allies with claims he was trying to foment revolution globally. So he's trying to bring his Soviet revolution outside of the USSR. So he dissolved the thing just to lay low a little bit. I did not know that Stalin actually exercised restraint, but apparently he did. So that's kind of interesting.
Good for him, I guess.
Here's one that's absolutely disgusting. 1944, 14,000 Jews of Munich, Hungary, were deported to Auschwitz.
Oh, jeez.
God damn.
Yikes. Then 1944 as well, while that was happening, we have something good here. Dwight D. Eisenhower, Bernard Montgomery, Winston Churchill, and King George VI discussed the plan for D-Day. All right.
Nice.
So, which would eventually lead to the end of things like Auschwitz. So, yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. It's just too bad that even happened. But, hey,
Yeah, really.
Life is all about give and take, good and bad, yin-yang. So,
yeah.
And, the silver lining to the black cloud that is the Holocaust is it's dissolving now because they're trying to rewrite history. And in California, it's illegal to teach World War II in high school now because it's offensive. So, that's absolutely appalling. But
do you know the story on your mom, her dad, taking over to see a lady friend? And they sat down and talked about
We're talking about Grandpa Bill, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He took her over to meet this lady, and she told all kinds of stories and then showed her the...
Oh, she had a number?
Yeah, she had a number.
Oh, God. Yikes. Jesus.
Oh, that's the same at my high school. We had a Holocaust survivor come in, and she was talking about her time and whatnot. She had to crawl through, so much mud and barbed wire just to escape, all the scary shit.
The atrocities.
And they started showing footage and pictures, and before they did that, it's like anybody that wants to leave is allowed to leave if you cannot stomach this. Yeah. And I was like, I'm unfortunately was one of them. I was gonna throw up because some of the graphic stuff was just too much.
Yeah, it's just awful. Horrible. As I was saying,
I felt bad for them.
Yeah, as I was saying, the silver lining, the black cloud that is the Holocaust, is its historical significance, its place in history, and when people get their heads out of their asses collectively, they have something to look back on and realize what not to do again. And right now we're sprinting towards it. So
the idea behind sitting down with someone that survived it and bringing in the young to hear the stories, they wanted to verbally pass it on because they felt at some point they would try to change history. And they want it to be... Yeah,
I sat through all her stories, but I could not sit through the visual.
Yeah, that's a rough go.
It's just awful.
Yeah, visually showing, young high school kids, what actually happened. There was, rows and rows of, dead. And there were, actual dismembered people. People that were...
Let's
they showed footage
of details,
the...
please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're... Dismembered, that's going over the line. We don't need to start talking about that on the show.
No.
Anyway, let's move on up here. 1948, we got the 73rd Preakness. Eddie Arcaro won aboard Citation, second leg of successful Triple Crown. Citation. Yeah. That's a weird name.
Oh, that's a great horse.
He's riding a ticket.
Yeah.
Wait.
He went down his...
Oh, he's riding it. Is that his mule ticket? Actually, hold on a second. Let me bring it up. Here we go. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
But then, 1951, AT&T became the first U.S. corporation to have 1 million stockholders after young car salesman Brady Denton purchased 7 shares worth $1,078. Is that total or each? I think that'd have to be total. So,
yeah.
Wow.
7 shares was worth $1,000.
Wow. Dang. Mm-hmm. Oh God. Loki, it's your turn. You get to say it.
Oh, hell no. Okay, 1951. First vaginoplasty procedure, sex reassignment surgery in the UK performed on Robert Cowell by Harold Gillies. Gillies,
I guess. Gillies? I don't know. So, wow.
I don't know either.
So the first sex reassignment surgery on this date, 1951. And ever since then, it's just been a rabbit hole of horror. So, oh, here we go.
All right.
There's the man.
Yeah.
1953, in the first world heavyweight title defense, Rocky KO's former champion Jersey Joe Walcott,
Yeah.
Yeah, Walcott. In the first round at Chicago Stadium.
Huh. He's like, I'm defending this. Wham! Like, yeah, that's why I'm defending it. Stay down.
I'm gone.
I mean, look at his face. He looks like he's taking a beating or two. The guy on the right, he looks like he's fresh out of the ring. So,
yeah, it looks like he has a bruise or something.
Oh, he has swelling all over the place, man. Like,
yeah.
Dang.
All right.
All
right.
1957, evangelicist Billy Graham launched his crusade in front of 18,000 people at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Oh, that's kind of scary. A religious person launching a crusade in front of 18,000 people, that's a small army.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of people, his son still
Holy
carries
crap.
on for him today.
And while that was happening, Operation Grapple in 1957, Britain tested its first hydrogen bomb near Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean. Oh, now the Brits are bombing Christmas. What the hell?
What the hell? God damn it, dude. Leave Christmas Island alone.
Leave Christmas Island alone. It's a landmass. Leave it alone right now. Trying to mimic that leave Britney alone guy.
Oh.
So, do you remember that?
No.
Early internet meme stuff. 1958, Gigi, based on the story of Colette, directed by Vincent Minnell and starring Leslie Caron and Maurice Chevalier, premiered in New York City, premiered in New York. It later received the Best Picture of 1959. All right.
Wow.
And 1959 as well, or like up to, if you want to take the first one, the blue one. That's interesting.
Oh, right there. 100th anniversary of first college baseball between Amherst and Williams teams reenact the original contest.
Well, that's interesting.
So it happened in 1859.
Yeah. First college baseball
They
game.
reenacted it.
Yeah. Huh.
That's cool.
I've heard of the Civil War reenactments, but...
Never a baseball game.
And that's before the Civil War, 1859. Right
Put
before.
on that damn
Wow.
woolly, itchy suit.
Oh.
Get out there and sweat in it. Are you kidding me?
Kill me. Ooh, this guy.
1960, Dmitry Shostakovsky? Shostakovsky?
Chokes on a what?
Oh my god, I'm choking on my words. Kovich? Yeah, Kovich. 7th String Quarter premieres in Leningrad?
Yeah, Leningrad.
Leningrad. Oh my goodness.
I
got there.
I just DM'd to you what it sounded like you said.
Oh, Jesus. Leave me alone. His name's weird.
Dmitry Sosokovich. You're just fuming that I can read these names.
I am.
No. Check your DMs real quick. That's legitimately what you sounded like one of the times you were trying.
Come on, leave me alone. I know I'm terrible with these names.
Dmitry Choksonikovsky.
Hey.
Oh my god. 1961.
1960.
Go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
1960. Good poll. Taxes took 25% of earnings in the U.S. Whew. Wow.
Oh, damn.
For a country that was formed on the basis of no taxation without representation, at that time, a quarter of our money was going into taxes. Now it's far beyond that. Yeah. Like, what happened to us? What happened to us? We are nothing but
quite a lot did, actually.
Awful stuff. We got to get our spine back, seriously. 1961, Pope John the 23rd published encyclical Mater et Magistra. Okay, well, let's take a look at that here real quick. Let's see here. It was on the topic of Christianity and social progress. The title means mother and teacher, referring to the role of the church. All right, I'm going to add that in the underbar as well later on. Okay, and then let's see here. Moving on up. 1963, 5th Grammy Awards, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, Robert Golett won. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let's start expediting the process here. We are almost an hour in, we're still in 67, so let's just stick to the highlighted ones for now, if that's cool. Your turn, sir.
1967, Paul McCartney meets his future wife, American photographer Linda Eastman.
Huh.
Nice.
So,
and moving on.
All right, go for it.
1968, Wonderwall with music by George Harrison premieres at Cannes Film Festival.
All right.
And 1971, John Kander and Fred Ebbs musical 70? 70s girl.
Yeah.
Girls. 70s girls. 70s. Starring Hans Conrad and Mildred Natwick. Closes at Broadhurst Theater, New York, after 35 performances.
Well, that wasn't a big hit.
Yeah.
Lasted a month.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
We got an assassination attempt here in 1972. An assassination attempt on U.S. Governor George Wallace of Alabama by Arthur Bremer in Laurel, Maryland. Wasn't George Wallace a bad guy?
Wow.
Well, he really fought for segregation.
He was a bad guy.
Yeah.
So. And 1973, California Angel Nolan Ryan's first no-hitter defeated Kansas City Royals 3-0. Hell yeah. Go Angels. At least,
No, he wasn't an Angel then.
California Angel Nolan Ryan.
Oh, okay. I guess he was 73. Yeah, he was by then. Okay. Because he came out of Texas Rangers or something.
He was a police officer? He worked with Walker?
If he did, they'd catch him for speeding with that fastball he had.
Huh. Good luck. Then 1981, Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island aired. Wow.
They were?
How did they get there?
Good question.
Well, they are the Globetrotters. Maybe they took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Took a left at Timbuktu.
They trotted across...
What?
They trotted across to get there.
Huh.
Yeah.
And here you go.
Hey. Oh, yeah, yay. 1986, former president of Argentina, Leopoldo Galtieri, is sentenced to 12 years in prison for mishandling the Falkland. Good Lord. Falkland Islands War.
Huh.
Wow, they ended up putting him in jail.
Oh dear.
Apparently for 12 years.
Yeah, because that was against England.
Oh, okay. Is he dead? He did. He is dead. Heart attack, 2003. Huh.
Oof.
Dang. Oh,
1987.
look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? It's Joan Rivers.
Oh, God. Last episode of The Late Show with Joan Rivers after the host is fired by the Fox Network.
Huh.
Oof.
Yeah, that reminds me of what happened to good old Tuck.
Tuck?
Yeah. Tucker.
Hey, here, let me do my Tucker face. No. But yeah, no, like, he got fired, so, I don't know. Yeah, why don't you take this one?
You or me?
You take this one. Right. Everybody loves this guy.
1988, second American Comedy Award, Robin Williams and Tracy Ullman.
All right. Good old Robin Williams. Yeah. Tragedy.
May he rest well.
May he rest in forever peace. So, he's up there, doing jokes for God and Jesus. That's awesome,
Mm-hmm.
And Vishnu and Ra and Buddha and
whoever else is up there.
It's all up there. I'm an omnist. I believe in all that stuff. So, in 1988, Michael Gore and Dean Pitcher's musical Carrie, based on Stephen King's novel, closed at Virginia Theater in New York City after 5 performances.
Jeez.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
Stephen King flopped. Well, everybody makes mistakes.
Indeed.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, this is stupid. 1989, Maxwell House Coffee runs an ad during the Roe versus Wade movie despite threat of boycott by right to lifers. Okay, why would you involve yourself politically as a company like that? What? Stupid. I mean, that's the status quo today. But all the way back in 1989. What is Maxwell House Coffee doing, putting their hat in the ring of politics? Stay out. You want to make money, right? Don't alienate people. Stupid. So, Bud Light.
Yeah, just make your coffee and shut up.
Exactly. 1989, Soviet President Gorbachev visited Beijing for the first Sino-Soviet summit in 30 years. Wow. Huh. All right. Back
1990.
to you. Oh. Go for it.
1990, portrait of Dr. Gachet by Vincent van Gogh sells for $82.5 million.
Jeez. Holy.
Yeah. That is dollars, not rupees.
Yeah. So this sold for, wow. It was a self-portrait.
It's a nice painting.
Huh. All right. Ooh, this guy.
1991, Defense releases documents claiming Noriega is CIA's man in Panama.
Yep. The CIA working hand in hand with these cartels and Colombian drug lords and dictators and all sorts of swine and filth across the entire planet.
Oh God, is that what he is? He's a drug guy.
Well, no, he was the Panamanian general and dictator. He was in control of Panama, which has the Panama Canal. So of course we're going to be working with him. So, because it's the Panama Canal. If we didn't work with him, he shuts that off, and there goes trade for the world. He had the entire world by the balls, essentially. The Panama Canal and Suez Canal, two major areas of just global economic dependency. So I mean, remember what happened in 2020 when that Evergrande ship got lodged in the Suez Canal?
Yeah.
For like a couple of days, and global trade halted. Prices went up for a bit, and I think that was around the same time that the toilet paper issue started happening. Around that time.
I don't remember that, but it might have.
Yeah. All I remember is years from now, when people go, Grandpa Ayo, what was life like during the pandemic of 2020? Listen here, I had to send relatives toilet paper through the mail. In what world does that be normal? Listen here, you little shit. It all started with the gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo, and everything went tits up. Rest in peace, Harambe. So. In 1991, U.S. President George Herbert Walker Bush took Queen Elizabeth to Oakland A's Baltimore Oriole game. Okay, cool. The president took the Queen to a baseball game. That's awesome. That reminds me of that one time. I don't remember who was the president or something, but they had the English royals, the king and the queen over, and they were trying to teach them how to eat hot dogs. In order it was a whole PR campaign to relate the royalty to the people. And they're sitting there looking at this hot dog, and then then they grab their knives and forks. Like, no, you use your hand. And they're like, oh, barbaric. It's like you want the people to be on your side,
Get some mustard on your chin.
Yeah, eat with your hands. Be a savage. We're men. So
get that caviar off your hot dog.
I know, right? Anyway, back to you, good sir.
Oh God, it's the Ewok lady again.
It's the Ewok lady! I love it.
Oh, not this lady again. Anyway, 1994 LPGA Championship, Women's Golf, DuPont, CC, Laura Davis of England wins her second major title, 3 strokes ahead of runner-up Alice Ritzman.
Huh.
Oh, good for her.
All right. Oh, David Bowie.
1997. Philip Glass Symphony No. 4, Heroes. Based loosely on David Bowie's 1977 album Heroes, premieres with the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields, conducted by Martin Robbins at the Crouch End Festival in North London, England.
Huh.
That was a lot to
Cool.
say.
That's pretty awesome. Take a Bowie album and create a symphony from it.
Yeah.
Good old David Bowie.
Yeah. Another one we lost in 2016.
Yeah.
Moving on up to the next millennium in 2001, Fiesta, single released by R. Kelly featuring Jay-Z and Boo and Gotti, Billboard Song of the Year 2001. And we all know what happened with R. Kelly. And didn't Jay-Z beat Rihanna or something?
I don't remember.
No, that was someone else. That was not Jay-Z. I can't remember the dummy's name, but it was not Jay-Z.
Jay-Z crime. I'm not sure if he did. Oh, here we go. October 2001, Jay-Z pled guilty to aggravated assault for stabbing record producer Lance Riva at the Kit Kat Club in New York City. Okay,
That's something else.
That is something else, but I don't like the name of this club. It has, look at that. KKK.
Oh.
What the hell is he doing
good
there?
Lord.
Like, yikes.
Oh, no.
In 2002, Bowling for Columbine. Ooh, that's a rough word there. Documentary directed by Michael Moore had its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. So, would that be Columbine shooting? What bowling for Columbine?
Yeah.
But what the hell's the bowling for? What are you doing?
I don't think I ever saw it, but yeah, he brought that out. And, yeah.
I did watch that movie. It's
Is it about the Columbine shooting?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is about the Columbine shooting, and it's also about another shooting that happened in a grade school.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy didn't lock his guns up, so kid, you know how it goes. I'm not going to say more.
I love how my dad's face is like materializing and demanifesting in my camera like he's some sort of deity. He's just a floating entity just there. He just is. And then 2004, Shrek 2, directed by Andrew Adamson and Kelly Asbury, with voices by Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz, among a further ensemble of cast and crew. Premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. All right, good old Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy. Cameron Diaz, I know the name, but yeah. And then back to you.
Yeah.
Ooh, you get to talk about this.
Yes.
Yes.
2005, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Directed by George Lucas, starring Edward McGregor, Ewan McGregor, Edward, good lord, Hayden Christensen, and Natalie Portman. Premieres at Cannes Film Festival.
All right.
Now Lucas is
I'm
out
so
of it
sorry,
entirely.
Ewan.
You know, Disney owns it.
I don't know, because he did sign it over. Disney owns it.
Yeah.
But I think they're having him come back in because they did such a disaster with their trilogy and the Mary Sue Ray and all that crap.
The Disney, the whole backlash against Disney for their trilogy, the Disney trilogy, they did bring him in.
Oh, that's cool.
But I don't think they listened to a goddamn word he said, because all three of those movies were shite.
Yeah, they're bad.
That's just my opinion. It is. They were crap.
Yeah.
There was so much going on that didn't make sense, and there were powers that were never a Jedi thing before Disney. So it's like, what the hell?
I mean, I distinctly remember, they did Luke Skywalker so dirty, and I'm not even talking about how he was able to see the good in Vader, yet there's one bad vision of Kylo, and he goes and tries to kill a kid. That's not what Luke would do. I'm not talking about that. When I saw him milking that sea beast for the blue milk and taking a sip,
oh my god!
That was
and it's
so
just dribbling all in his beard.
That was so unnecessarily disgusting. Had nothing to do with any form of plot. It's just, what are you doing to this man? What the hell? We get it. You hate the penis. Okay? Fuck.
Also, another scene in that movie I really thought was stupid. Just his grumpy old man vibes. He's just, he's a grumpy asshole man in that movie.
And
he looks at this lightsaber longingly, then chucks it over his shoulder? What the fuck?
Yeah,
man?
I was going to say, why would you get rid of one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy? You just throw a lightsaber away? What's stopping a Sith from finding that? What's stopping somebody from finding that and then going on a rampage? Irresponsible. They did Luke so dirty.
There has been non-Force users in, not canon, but Legends, that have used lightsabers. But the lore is you're supposed to be a Jedi to be able to handle a lightsaber, but you
Grievous.
look at Finn,
Grievous,
and he's swinging it around no problem. Grievous as well.
Yeah.
But the thing about Grievous, though, is he was mostly machined, so he was able to handle them just fine. Not to mention, he was specifically trained by Count Dooku. Finn, however, had zero training.
Well, no, okay, see, here's the thing. Grievous was not a Force user at all. He was trained how to wield a lightsaber, yes, but he was not a Force user, and he was, I don't remember the name of the species, but, that super tough species, the reptoid-looking one, and he got completely mangled in a spaceship crash or something, so he was actually the prototype of Darth Vader. There's videos.
He was deliberately mangled, actually.
Vader? Well, Vader is his own story.
No, not Vader. Grievous. It was a deliberate crash.
Oh, yeah, because he was trying to save something or whatever. So, yeah, that's right. He crashed himself.
Yeah.
But
it was a deliberate crash, and Dooku took this opportunity, yes. Along with his master, Sidious, and his little finger tappings. It's yes, we're going to do this.
Anyway, let's move on up to 2005 here.
Alrighty.
You got one more, I believe.
Loris World Sports Awards Casino Estoril, Portugal. Sportsman Roger Federer. Sportswoman Kelly Holmes. Team Greece men's national football team.
All right. What? And Brad Paisley, I want your hat. Like, that's an awesome hat. That looks so comfortable. 2007, the 42nd Academy of Country Music Awards. Kenny Chesney, Carrie Underwood, and Brad Paisley won. Yes, they did. 2008, I'm going to read 2009. Farrah Story documentary following Farrah Fawcett's battle with cancer aired on NBC in the U.S. Oh, that's right. She had cancer. Did she,
No. That's a bad kind of cancer.
Well, wasn't she a porn star too?
No.
I don't know.
But, yikes. 2010 English FA Cup final, Wembley Stadium, London, 88,335 in attendance. Okay. Chelsea defeated Portsmouth 1-0. Didier Drogba scored 59 feet winner, Blues 6th title. Okay. Then we got a film premiere here in 2011. The Artist, directed by Michael Hazanavicius and starring Jean Dujardin and Berenice Bejo, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, later to receive the Best Picture of 2012. All right. And back to you.
2015.
Ooh.
Carl oh my god. Ikian? Yeah, Ikian. Invest $100 million in Lyft, a ride-sharing service.
Wow.
$100 million. Wow.
I know about Lyft. I know about Ride. I obviously know about Uber. But man, invest $100 million in Lyft, and they're still are they even still around?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen a Lyft before.
How could, dude? That really puts it into perspective. Like, you get $100 million investment, and you're still second fiddle.
Yeah.
Jesus, like the money.
Yeah, because you see lots of Uber.
Yeah, they're all
like
over.
I rarely see taxis anymore in my city. Like, you see lots of Ubers though.
Is Lyft still around?
Well, they came late to the party, but I didn't know they had Carl Icahn behind them. That's that's a lot of money.
Well, this is interesting. Lyft Inc. offers mobility as a service, ride-hailing, vehicles for hire, motorized scooters, a bicycle sharing system, rental cars, and food delivery in the U.S. and select cities in Canada. So that is a hell of a spread. So $100 million investment, a spread that wide, and you're still not even really talked about. Good Lord, that really puts it into perspective the money in these industries.
Oh yeah.
So. Then 2018 your turn still. Event of interest.
2018 controversial Kerch Bridge linking Russia and annexed Crimea opened by Russian President Vladimir Putin at 19 kilometers. The longest bridge in Europe.
Yeah, that connects Crimea with Russia. And now Ukraine's been bombing it.
Oh, God. That's hilarious. But no, Crimea, Russia invaded and took over Crimea in some areas of Ukraine, actually, during Obama's administration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's on fire. Get wrecked, Russia.
Fuck your bridge.
Fuck your bridge. So, should have never given you Ruskies money.
Is it still me or is it you now?
You got one more, but there's one here, 2019. The first one, actually. That's interesting.
Oh, Alabama passes law banning abortion in almost all cases, including rape or incest.
Yikes! I don't agree with that. I can understand. I am not pro-abortion, But I understand situations where, it is, necessary, especially the victim of a struggle, snuggle, or incestual relations. Like, I can get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's about empathy, people. You got to understand, and you got to work both fields at the same time. You can't stick to one side of the fence. You gotta look at both sides and then think, think critically, objectively. What helps everybody? How can we all agree? And even if we can't, we can all understand each other. That's the key. So.
Indeed.
Anyway, 2019, 5 of the world's biggest tech companies pledged to tackle extremist material at the Christchurch Call initiative in Paris, hosted by Jacinta Ardern and Emmanuel Macron. That sounds like a war on Christians. So.
I wonder what that does mean. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what it sounds like. You're right.
And Macron, is a piece of shit. Like, he's the one who as I've said before, we all know about the incident at Notre Dame. Yeah. On that day, because Macron had exiled himself from his own country because, the France, were calling for blood. Somebody had erected actually a functional guillotine in the town square in Paris. They were going to kill him. He was out in
I do remember that. Yeah,
he was out in self-imposed exile in Switzerland, and then on the day he was coming back to make a speech to the Yellow Vests because of high fuel costs and cost of living and all that stuff. Oh, the Notre Dame caught fire. What a coincidence! And then all of a sudden everybody's on his side. Oh, it's like, what happened, with Pearl Harbor? What happened with 9/11? What happened with Gulf of Tonkin? False flag, false flag, false flag. You get everybody distracted and get them united on a cause that you control the people. People have got to open their eyes and realize this. So. Then 2022, just last year, we got 29th Billboard Music Awards. Olivia Rodrigo won 7, Drake won 5, Taylor Swift and BTS also win. Okay. Cool. All right. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including all things OMNI Coalition. And please go down to our sources and check out. There's so much history that we have not been able to, unfortunately, cover for you guys in the main body alone, let alone births and deaths. Like, I implore you, go and look. There's a lot of interesting stuff. Anyway, for your dose of Fast Events Daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 12 Mountain, yes, 1 p.m. Central.
And it's 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
I am Loki Leggett.
And the Golden Loon.
And you, of course, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! Don't forget, I gotta show you that video.
Bye.
So.